Absolutely not.
All right, the first thing we're going to do is we're going to give away 2 ringside seats for the next show here at the Celebrity Theater, August the 5th. August the 5th, we're going to give away, this is going to be our first prize, 2 ringside seats. So we're going to let this young man, Matt, what can I say? He took out the legend, Horace Gracie. Unbelievable fashion, but what's going through your mind knowing you're going with an icon, the pressure, the reasons he did so, and so forth?
Well, when I got the hold of him, he actually felt weak. But I tell you, when I hit the ground, I kept waiting for this magical move that I've never seen before. And the bottom line was he didn't have one. I was really surprised. The whole time we were on the ground, I thought he could get it any time. And things went my way, and he got the pound out victory.
Ladies and gentlemen, now for the principles of our first bout.
Well, it may be important to remember that Austin has a boxing background.
Well, that, and he's got one of the best cornermen in the business right in front of us, Jason DeHart, one of the lead instructors, purple belt Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu at the Barrosa Academy.
The Tool, Daly. His opponent on my left in the blue corner is 5'6" tall, 151 pounds.
Look, Ben, Jason DeHart's already getting worked up.
And is a freestyle fighter out of Scottsdale, Arizona. Please give it up for Austin, the Punisher, Pascucci.
Yeah, they're touching gloves now. They're going to come out swinging. They're not going to touch gloves when they start. Yeah, they already touched gloves, Ben. They're going to come out banging.
All right, we'll see about this.
Let's go. This is the last.
Austin going straight for the takedown and getting it right away.
Okay, it looked like Austin had like a schoolyard headlock.
All right. Ty going to reverse it. Austin moving around to side mount. Oh, yes, full mount.
Austin looks very focused.
Let's see what Ty has on the ground. He had a good reversal there, and he's employing some ground and pound.
Austin definitely showing his superior grappling skills right now.
Austin looking for a triangle choke. He's got that sunk. I think this may be over, Sonny.
And also, he pulled Ty into his corner. He's right there by Jason DeHart, where Jason can tell him what to do.
Coleman listening to directions and taking the air out of Ty. There it is.
Austin Pascucci, oh wow! Yes!
Austin starting to establish himself as one of the big submission from the back guys at that weight division.
Yeah, that's not the first time he's pulled off that triangle. You know, Ty Daly, good try. You know, come back, get some more experience. But Austin Pascucci, he's too focused right now. He's one of the better guys in the division.
Absolutely, and he's starting to prove that he has an absolutely lethal triangle choke.
Yeah, Austin Pascucci, a wrestler and a boxer, now learning to fight from his back. If that's not amazing, what is?
In the first round, your winner by submission, triangle choke, Austin, the Punisher, Pascucci.
Another thing that needs to be said there in defense of Ty Daly is that was the 6th fight of Austin Pascucci versus his none.
Yeah, I give Ty Daly all the credit in the world for that, Ben.
Got him in that triangle real fast. Is that how you were planning on coming about it?
Well, I knew he was taller than me. I know he can tell he's a stand-up fighter. He's really strong. But I'm badass on the ground. You can't kick my ass.
Excellent fight. Thank you so much, Austin. Thank you, everybody.
Ben, one fight down. What'd that last? 30 seconds?
It couldn't have been past the minute mark.
Definitely Drew Pickett cornering Danny Martinez. Wow, that is a very strong cornerman right there, having a UFC fighter in your corner.
Absolutely.
And a fellow wrestler at that.
And now for the principles of our next bout.
That's got to be intimidating, Ben, to watch Drew Pickett crawl into the corner of your opponent.
Also, I don't know if you can see it on the tape, but the look on Danny's face, incredibly focused.
Yeah. Ben, Danny's fight at Fort McDowell Casino last month. His fighter backed out. He was so distraught. He wanted to fight so bad. Well, he's getting his chance tonight.
Danny, I can't get over this. He looks like a man that's about to pull the trigger.
Yeah. This is going to be another exciting, electric, intense fight, Ben.
He's a wrestler out of the Brahuza Academy in Tempe, Arizona. Please give it up for Danny the Demon Martinez. Once again, our third man in the cage is Mr. Mark Sr.
Now, I know that Danny was looking for a professional fight and he just couldn't get it. And he's not accustomed to the palm strikes. We'll see if it works out for him.
Ben, I don't think Danny cares. He just wants to get in that cage.
He doesn't want to touch gloves, he just wants to go at it.
Definitely.
And here it is.
Wrestling.
Boom!
That was
an
devastating,
enormous
Ben.
slam. That was, but he may have given up a choke.
Yeah, Danny looks to be in a little bit of trouble here with the guillotine, possibly. A little bit of trouble.
Although his arm is inside, so
He wrestled his way out of it. They're back up on the feet.
getting up. Is he going to go for another one of those big slams, Sonny?
Well, no, Danny likes to strike. Danny likes to throw hands. Wow, little controversy. Danny's upset. He feels he was hit by a closed hand, Ben.
I thought I saw one in there.
This is an amateur fight.
It's hard for fighters to remember that.
Well, look for this to go close fist on both guys, because Danny's not happy right now.
Greg showing some good takedown defense.
Look at Drew Pickett telling Danny Martinez to bring him to the cage. Danny's eating some heavy leg kicks right now. They're hurting him. After that, Danny's wrestling looks really good, but his MMA skills just off the par. He's eating kicks.
Oh, but just when you say that, he threw in a big hit.
Yeah, he's taking a lot of instruction from his corner man right now. Drew Pickett is giving him a lot of instructions, and he's looking over into his corner
They're standing
constantly.
close again, looking for another big takedown.
That's right, Tucker. Come on, Celebrity Theater!
Ben, I guarantee this is going to the second round. These guys aren't finished yet. Danny's wrestling ability is just amazing. He gets out of trouble every time.
Does Danny look a little tired here?
Danny looks a little fatigued, but that's
But he got
okay.
another takedown.
That's okay. He's used to this in wrestling tournaments. He's very accustomed to this.
And it looks like he may be in a choke again.
Well, he's going to wrestle his way out of it.
Going for the choke, Tucker. Come on!
He's going to wrestle his way out again. I don't think it's sunk in. I think Danny's too tough for this. I told you, he got out.
And there was a kick.
Danny does look a little fatigued here, Ben. What do you see?
I think maybe a little, but Greg looks to be showing some signs of wear as well.
Yeah, Greg looks a little gassed, but I think Danny's the more intense of the two right now. Danny just has the eye of the tiger. He's very upset.
He just has to hope that that intensity doesn't work against him.
Look like some close fists going on in there, Ben.
I've seen a
In
few.
an amateur fight. Well, right now he's kind of distracting himself a little bit, looking over to his corner a little bit too much. He's taking his eyes off his opponent, and he's checking with Drew Pickett.
And he just wants that takedown.
Well, now he's in his corner. It's only 10 seconds in the round left. We're going to the second round, Ben. Amazing first round.
Very strong first round.
Ben, I saw strikes, I saw kicks, I saw wrestling, I saw slams.
And on top of that, we saw an incredible amount of intensity from both fighters.
Oh my goodness. There goes the crowd. Danny. Listen to the crowd. A lot of instruction from Drew Pickett.
A very animated instruction from Drew Pickett.
Yeah, Drew Pickett loves to be in this, he loves to be here in Celebrity Theater. He fought here a lot.
It looks like Drew is telling Danny to throw a couple foot stomps and then feign the foot stomp and throw knees from that clinch. Just trying to read from body language.
Well, then it also looks like he's telling Danny to stay out of trouble and get some leg kicks of his own off. Well, Danny Martinez, this is going to be a great fight. It doesn't matter who wins this now because both these guys have just laid it all on the line. already.
For a first fight out of Danny Martinez, it's incredible how well he's handled himself.
Yeah, you know what? You have guys go in their debut and don't really do very well, but Danny's doing exceptionally well in his debut. You don't see guys with this much poise. Possible guillotine, Ben. What do you see?
Maybe, but one of the legs is not in there. His corner is shouting for a foot stomp.
Well, once again, you called that action already. Ben, you're the expert. Have we seen a lot of jiu-jitsu here tonight?
Not a whole lot beyond the triangle choke in the first fight.
Well, how about these guys? Are they just looking to bang it out? Do they really want to hurt each other?
It seems to be that way. I mean, they've gone to the ground a couple times, but when they get there, they don't really do anything. They just stand up and go back to this. Danny's smiling at him, taking those palm strikes.
Yeah, Danny doesn't care. This is his debut. He wants this fight. Oh, he can't keep eating those leg kicks, man. You know those are bad.
Do you think that all the wrestling experience is what's giving him this kind of composure in the cage his first time?
Oh, without a doubt. The tournaments this kid's been in, you know.
The composure of Greg Saenz is also there in force. He doesn't seem at all nervous or intimidated.
Well, Greg Saenz is landing awesome leg kicks. I'm scoring this fight even so far, Ben. I'm scoring this fight dead even. I can't pick a winner right now. Both these guys are just showing me way too much.
This is one of those fights where if it goes to decision, I'll be very happy I'm not a judge.
Yeah, exactly. You know, I'm happy for both fighters because listen to the crowd. This is a throwdown. You're normally upset when a fight goes the distance, but...
for Danny or what? Make some freaking noise! Who's here for the other fighter? Make some noise!
It looks like a lot of respect has been developed here. They seem to be standing off a lot more. Danny going for that big slam again.
Neither fighters want to engage here.
Danny's got that really good bear hug. He may work with that. Oh! Another huge slam.
Damn, that hurt.
That definitely hurt. And Danny's corner going nuts.
Danny taunting Greg Saenz. This is ridiculous. Danny is so, oh my goodness.
Greg is a tough kid. I bet he has some massive cobwebs after eating that enormous suplex.
Yeah, Greg looks a little slow right now, Ben. It looks like that slam took a little bit out of him. Now they're swinging for the fences. These guys want to end this fight right now. They want to end it.
Well, obviously, Greg doesn't seem very interested in getting back into the clinch with Danny.
No, not again. Not after that slam. That was a suplex I've never seen the likes of.
Got 10-second mark.
You know, then Danny Martinez has definitely lit a fire at the Bruce Academy. This kid is training so hard. He's in there every day running, jumping rope, sparring, wrestling, jiu-jitsu. I mean, Ben, you know last week he purchased his jiu-jitsu gi. He's going to be in jiu-jitsu class now. Is that amazing or what?
That's definitely something you don't see from a lot of wrestlers. They get in and they're okay doing submission, but they don't want to do so. But they don't want to put on the gi.
Ben, I agree with that. You know, a lot of guys don't really want to put on the gi and submit to the wrestling experience.
How many people like this fight so far? Make some noise.
And I got to agree with the crowd there. This is a great fight.
Make some noise before the third round. Let's get these
But I'll tell you, you're seeing a fighter. Danny Martinez has arrived. A fighter has been born tonight. He is a mixed martial artist out there.
But I'm still not counting out Greg. He's been mounting a pretty good offense.
Well, I actually thought Greg was hurting Danny early on. I give the second round to Danny, first round to Greg, second round to Danny. Even fight so far.
Danny throwing that kick again. He's smiling.
Right now, Danny has Greg hurt. Danny has Greg really hurt right now. Greg Saenz is not doing well. Danny's looking to finish, but they're both tired. Look at the respect. Look at the respect, Ben.
Danny looking to get into the clinch again. Danny content to just sit at arm's reach and slug it out.
Well, Danny's a striker. You know, he's been training in striking and wrestling for a long time. He loves to throw hands, Ben.
On top of the wrestling experience, there is a boxing background there. And that seems to show because he's eating these palm strikes and he's smiling at them. It almost looks like he's about to start laughing.
Well, look for Danny to set up another big slam. Here we go, he's gonna turn him.
Although Greg has the underhooks here. I mean, from technical grappling perspective, Greg has the upper hand in this clinch. But Danny was quick to turn it around.
Yeah. Oh, a knee to the, oh my, did you see that knee bend?
That was a big knee. And that'll take it out of you. And here's those foot stomps that Drew Fickett has been advising him to throw.
It looks like Marco Huasler. It looks like Danny Martinez may have eaten an illegal knee to the face.
It looks like it.
You know we don't throw knees to the face in Rage in the Cage. And it looked like there may be some face-to-knee contact. We have like looks like we have a Greco-Roman clinch. You're up against the cage, not a lot doing there.
A couple little knees to the thigh, which are going to add up, even though this is the last round, so it's the wrong time for that.
Danny Martinez just landed a huge knee to our
Looks like he's setting up for another suplex. Look at this, here it is. Oh, yet again.
Side now, Ben. Ben, get up, this is exciting.
And Danny being a very intelligent fighter, just standing up, not wanting to play in Greg's card.
Yeah, this is exciting, Ben. We got to stand out. This is intense. Danny Martinez just slammed.
It looks like Greg is working for a guillotine choke here.
Oh my goodness, if he gets this,
if he pulls this out, it would be quite an upset. Oh,
come from behind. 10 seconds left to go. What are they going to do, Ben?
Danny with his arm in. He's not going to get that choke. This fight is over.
Ben, oh my goodness. That was the greatest. Ben Fagley, that was the greatest fight I've ever seen.
What a great fight. What a great fight. The crowd on their feet.
Ben, that was the greatest lightweight amateur Rage in the Cage matchup I've ever seen.
Definitely one of them. I was incredibly impressed by both fighters.
I had never seen anything like that. Ben, that was like Stephan Bonner and Forrest Griffith, an absolute war.
You know, the first round and a half of that maybe, I would say it was very close, but the last round and a half was absolutely dominated by Danny Martinez.
Yeah, but that fight went back and forth, back and forth. But yeah, the last 4 minutes of the fight, Danny Martinez definitely, oh my goodness, definitely. Ben, a lot of excitement. Ben, there's a lot of excitement in the crowd. A lot of excitement in the crowd. What's going on? This is too close. Look, there you see the Arizona State Boxing Commission.
I would be very surprised if this fight went to Greg's side. He fought very well and had a lot of heart, but he just ate too many giant slams.
We're going to give away. Oh, no, take it back. It's a vehicle security. We'll do that in a few minutes. The Chronic Audio Stereo. Make sure you look them up at New Times.
Ben, I've never seen a lightweight Rage in the Cage matchup go to this length. Yeah, it was only a 9-minute match, but these guys fought. They fought like champions.
That was a war.
Ben, they've convinced me that there was a championship belt on the line in that fight. I'm totally convinced.
Definitely a lot of pride on the line for both fighters. A split decision, I didn't see this coming.
Well, I think Danny Martinez may have barely won it, but that was too close for me to call.
Fighting out of the blue corner, Danny Martinez!
Someone out.
Excellent! He is ready for another. Let's hear it for Danny the Demon. Yeah!
We do want to thank Hooters for all of their help with tonight's event.
I'm going to take a shot in the dark.
On my right,
I think that
he is 5'10" tall.
Jason Sterling,
54 pounds. He's an independent freestyle fighter out of Peoria, Arizona, and is sponsored by Rage and Glory Fight Gear. Please welcome Jason Sterling.
I'm definitely looking forward to this fight. I wouldn't feel comfortable calling it either way.
yeah, Jason Sterling's a new young fighter.
He practices jiu-jitsu out of Ultima in Tucson. He has a perfect record of 1 win and no losses. He is George Reed.
Man, I just don't have very much insight on this fight. Jason Sterling, a lot of unknown about him. We haven't seen him fight a lot. We haven't seen him fight that much, but you know, I think he's trained before with guys like Drew Pickett and guys like that, wrestlers, and over at Mark Z School.
Jason firing into the clinch right away.
Yeah, this is a very intense fight so far. A lot of contact, body contact.
George on top. Here in the north-south position.
Well, George. Oh! Ben, someone got hurt.
A solid reversal.
Ben, and somebody got hurt with that.
After that toss, George was almost found himself landing with an armbar.
Ben, what was that? I mean,
that's sunk. It's over.
Ben Fabre, you're the jiu-jitsu expert. Recap that for me. I pretty much missed it. These guys are too fast for me.
It looked like we're kind of at a weird angle here, Sonny. I can't say they were coming up from half mount, and then Jason went for a kind of like a double leg slam. George flipped around and almost had him in an armbar by the time they landed, and then just came around and took his back.
Well, this George Roop, this guy's come out of nowhere. 2-0.
He really impressed me in his last fight, and he definitely impressed me in this one.
Submissions, rear naked choke. I mean, who is this guy, Ben? Blue belt in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu? Who is this guy?
He is a new force to be reckoned with at that weight in Rage in the Cage.
Yeah, I mean, he matches up well with Nick Hendrick or someone like that.
Awesome! With those that aerial maneuver, that was crazy! Let's hear it. I never seen that before in the cage. And then that rear naked choke. What were you thinking? How did you slip into that there?
Just turn this back, put my hooks in, stay good.
Excellent! Let's hear it for George!
Talking about experienced wrestlers. And here we have Roscoe McClellan again in the corner. Once again, Roscoe, taking a vacation for his first Rage in the Cage in over a year. To come back as a corner man?
It looks like it, and if there's one person with the experience to be a corner man, it's definitely him.
On my right, in the red corner.
Roscoe McClellan definitely knows what to tell you to do to get out of trouble or to win a fight when it's on the ground. He may not be the best striker.
In Eloy, Arizona, here's Rogelio Chavez.
Ben Fabre, we may have to eat our words. You just heard where he's from. He trains with Ritc and those guys down there in Eloy at the Devil's Den. Those guys are really intense.
Those are definitely some tough guys with some great fighting style. The question is he going to be able to fend off the takedowns? And if he can't fend off the takedowns, is he going to be able to pull off a submission?
Well, Rogelio Chavez doesn't exactly train with some very nice guys. He trains with some pretty tough guys. I hate to say that could go a long way. Ben, we could be looking at another war.
I hope so.
I mean, look, he wants to fight. He can't wait to go after Chris.
Oh, bring it in,
He can't wait.
Chris going for it. Oh, he's got him up. Let's see what happens here. This looks like a pro wrestling move setup.
He's setting him up. Setting him up for the big slam. He didn't really get the impact he was looking for, though.
Kind of in a reverse triangle there. This is interesting.
Chris is fighting for his life to get out of that reverse triangle. Oh, it was too much.
Now he's not super experienced with submissions. He may not be able to do this.
Chris Colado's in a lot of trouble right now, Ben. How does he get out of that?
Chris Colado not turning his arm the right way to avoid being choked in. But now he's out, and he may be going for a suplex, like another wrestler did
Chris
earlier.
just landed a huge knee. I don't know, right now, I hate to say it, Rogelio Chavez looks to be in control of this fight.
Rogelio incredibly aggressive and doing some very effective striking.
Yeah, Ben, Rogelio Chavez is definitely in control of this fight right now. Chris Colado's got to do something if he wants to take this fight back. He's eating strikes and kicks. This isn't good.
He's going for another big slam. Didn't get the slam, but the takedown was there.
Yeah, Chris
moving
expending
into half mount. Let's see if he wants to try and fish for submission or just work on some striking.
Chris is expending a lot of energy on those takedowns, Ben. That can be very costly. Now, what do you see jiu-jitsu-wise happening right now, Ben Fable?
Well, I don't see much in the way of an escape being worked on. And I don't really see, it looks like...
Do you see a little bit more wrestling and control right now than jiu-jitsu?
Well, definitely so.
Chris
looks like he's just going for a takedown competition.
These guys are throwing down. This doesn't look fun in there right now.
Now Chris is racking up a lot of points on the scorecards with all these takedowns, but he's really not doing much damage.
He's eating too many strikes. It's very detrimental to his game right now. It's adding to fatigue. He's pinned into the cage, Ben. That's a bad spot. How do you get out of that?
This is definitely bad for Chris. Rogelio is showing a lot of really effective striking against him.
What does Chris need to do to get out of this situation right now, Ben?
He needs to take him down, get into a decent position, and stay there.
Chris looks a little fatigued right now. Oh, Chris with
that was
a
a good catch and a strike.
That was... Chris looks
he definitely shouldn't be letting Rogelio up. He's being picked apart in the stand-up.
Right now, Chris has pinned his opponent into the ring. He's listening to his corner man, and they're trading big strikes.
But Chris is obviously pretty outgunned in the stand-up here. But right when I say that, he puts together a very good combination.
And the last 30 seconds, Ben, in the last 30 seconds, Chris has made a comeback and is actually dominating the hands and the strikes and the knees.
Rogelio's mouthpiece is out. He may be gassing.
Ben, this is incredible. This is incredible. Ben, I can't believe this. We just went another 3 minutes of a throwdown. That fight was nowhere near getting ready to end.
Now, Rogelio's kind of bent over in his corner. He was spitting out his mouthpiece. He spat it out twice towards the end of that fight. I think it's a very real possibility that he's gassed.
Well, right now, then I have Rogelio Chavez early on in the first minute and a half winning the round. In the last minute and a half, I had Chris Colado. Now I got to call that round a draw. 10-10, 9-9 for both guys. It's got to be the same score.
It's going to be interesting to see how fatigue plays in this battle.
Yeah, but I saw Chris cause a lot of damage with those knees and those open palm strikes to Rogelio Chavez in the latter parts of the first round.
Rogelio at the beginning of the round with his mouth open, that's a definite sign of fatigue.
Yeah, it looks like Rogelio's breathing a little bit hard. Chris looks really collected.
Chris also has his mouth open, though. It could be that he's suffering from fatigue as well.
Yeah, Chris is a little bit gassed, but he's also very composed right now.
Rogelio looking to impose that striking that he was so successful with in the beginning of the first round.
You can see that side kick that Roscoe is encouraging him to throw.
Oh, the sweat off of his face with that strike.
This guy is relentless. Rogelio Chavez is relentless.
Incredibly aggressive, but here comes Chris again. This is a great back and forth fight.
Well, a lot of wrestling.
Rogelio into the half guard of Chris. He may be looking for some ground and pound, looking to move into the mount.
Do you see a sweep? Ben, is there a sweep about to happen there?
I don't know. This is somewhere where Chris Colado is not a very experienced fighter. Going out the back door, that was a great way to wrestle his way out.
Amazing wrestling skills from Chris Collado. Amazing. I thought he was through there. I thought Chris Collado was going to get tapped out either from...
Wrestlers get on their back and they panic and they don't know what to do and the fight is over, but he did very well. But now he's eating these punches.
Right now, Chris just shot a takedown in desperation. It looked like he almost had a flash knockout there.
Yeah, he definitely has been eating a lot of hits. But he got that takedown again.
Chris is in trouble. He's a little fatigued, but he's got Regilio against the cage. Can he get a slam out of this?
Looking to just crawl his way up against the cage.
He needs a slam. Chris needs an huge knee.
Is Regilio setting up a guillotine choke here, Sonny?
No, because it looks like it's fatiguing him more than anything. Well, he could be. But it's there's a second hand, Ben.
Oh. Chris, being ever vigilant, moved his arm away so as not to be choked.
Yeah, that's actually...
And it looked there like Regilio just kind of fell down.
We got a side mount here.
These guys are very tired.
Yeah, but I think Chris is a good enough wrestler to keep him in the side mount. He needs to throw some strikes.
Let's see if the crowd is getting a little restless. Let's see if Mark stands this fight up.
Yeah, these guys are so tired. Mark Sr. could stand him up in a minute here, though. Oh, we have a mount.
Chris moving his way to mount. We'll see if he can apply any kind of effective ground and pound.
Yeah, it's time. Chris wants to end this fight right now. That's all she wrote. It's over. This fight's over, Ben.
Giving Regilio the crowd. Looks like Marcino is giving Regilio the crowd. That's it.
Chris Collado.
Technical knockout.
Chris Collado.
But I have to tell you, Sonny, I was incredibly impressed by Regilio Chavez.
Yeah, Regilio Chavez actually came in and fought like a raging cage veteran.
He came in with so much aggression and some very effective striking.
Yeah, and Regilio looked possessed and angry, like he had bad intentions for Chris Collado.
I absolutely agree.
Audio, car audio. So make sure when you buy a stereo, when you go to Chronic, car stereo. Somebody make some noise. Here we go. Come on. We're going to give away some t-shirts.
Hold on, before we do that. Ladies and gentlemen, the official time, 2 minutes, 45 seconds in the second round. Your winner, referee stops contest, Chris Collado.
Ben, I want you to rate the energy level you see here at Celebrity Theater tonight. Is this amazing?
This is incredible. Even for Rage in the Cage, we rarely see this.
This is amazing. Look at the crowd interaction, everything.
But John Ivicevic, this is his third fight, 2 of which were wins.
Hey, Team America, American Martial Arts Academy. You know, Dusty Michelle Farrell, get ready. This guy's 6'1", 172.
Absolutely, and he has Dusty Farrell, one of the best corner guys in the world on his corner.
Oh. You know the guys that he trains with. You know he trains with Nick Hendrick, Joe Martinez, Matt Ruiz, Hugo.
On my right is the red corner. He is 6'1" tall, 173 pounds. Making his debut here tonight. He fights out of Farmington, New Mexico, via Tempe, Arizona. He fights for Team Four Corners, Rahusa Academy, and he's a freestyle fighter. He is Adrian, the Machine, Valdez!
Ben, Adrian told me.
Left in the blue corner, fights out of Phoenix, Arizona. He is also 6'1" tall, 172 pounds. He's sponsored by Warning Label Fight Gear and Johnson Automotive, and has a record of 2 wins against 1 loss. He's a practitioner of American Jiu-Jitsu out of the American Martial Arts Center, Team America. He is John Ivicevic!
Ben, And this Adrian Valdez came all the way out here from New Mexico just to impress the promoter, Roland Soria, so he would sponsor him as a fighter. This kid wants it. He wants this fight, man.
Now, not knowing anything about Adrian, I'm not going to make any kind of call on this fight. Both fighters coming out with plenty of intensity.
He's coming out to fight. This is a fight, ladies and gentlemen.
Make no mistake, but let's see what John can do from his guard.
Ivanisevic is without a doubt favored on the ground. You know, Ivanisevic could finish this on the ground.
And he's peppering him with some little shots.
Yeah, that's beautiful jiu-jitsu on the ground right now from John.
John keeping it tight. Let's see what Adrian can do, picking him up.
He's doing such a good job. His cornerman Dusty isn't even concerned right now. Dusty isn't even really shouting any instructions to John. John's on autopilot and doing very well.
I guarantee you, Adrian felt the wind from that kick.
Okay, here you come!
And he didn't like it because there's a big flurry.
That was gorgeous. Did you see Ivanisevic jump guard when he was in trouble? That was gorgeous.
Yeah, and now he's going to work. He's bringing that guard up very high, even to a rubber guard. Adrian wants nothing of it, just standing up. Smart move.
Who's got the superior technique out there right now, Ben?
It's hard to say right now. It looks like, for the time being, I would give Adrian the advantage standing up.
Well, Ivanisevic looks so good on the ground. Wow.
What was that? What'd you say?
And here comes John with some pinpoint striking.
Did you see how smooth Ivanisevic took him back to the ground and pulled him in the guard, Ben?
That's right, ladies and gentlemen. You'll always see pin slap.
Ivanisevic, I'm not absolutely sure he wants to finish this by submission. I think maybe he wants to get up and bang again.
I don't know. What kind of submission do you see him setting up right now, Ben? What's he developing right now?
Well, he's bringing that leg up in rubber guard.
I mean,
he's got an arm bar. He could stuff an arm, maybe go for a triangle. I mean, there's a number of things he could do from here. As for what he's setting up,
I mean, is he faking an omoplata, triangle choke, arm bar? What's he have developing there? A double arm bar?
Yeah, it kind of looked like that for a second. Dean Lister style.
Ben, this is a straight throwdown. This is a straight throwdown. Neither of these guys. Discipline just went out the window.
Some knees, and down into side mount. Let's see what Adrian can do from here.
Ben.
Is he going to give him his back? Talk to him!
An excellent reversal by John. And back around again, is it? No.
Almost tried to kill him there.
This judo, John's just going to pepper Adrian with some shots.
Unbelievable. Unbelievable, Ben Fable.
Very back and forth first round.
But look at John Ivanisevic. He's smiling. He's walking over to his corner. He's not even concerned. Ben, he doesn't even look tired.
No, he doesn't.
He looks like he's casually hanging out with his cornerman and his instructor, Dusty Farrell, like nothing ever
It
happened.
looks like they're hanging out at the gym talking about somebody else's fight.
Oh, hold on. Right now, look, you got Roscoe McClellan and Adrian Valdez's corner, though. Look across the ring.
At the Celebrity Theater.
Looks like he's giving him a lot of advice.
Well, let's see what this rest does. I think this rest right now is definitely going to favor Adrian because he's going to come out on fire again.
All right, folks, get ready for round two.
Here we go, Ben. Get ready. I thought Adrian was going to come out on fire. Looks like he's measuring things out.
He came out of his corner looking very focused. I thought he was going to come out throwing bombs.
He's eating too many leg kicks, Ben. He keeps eating that same leg kick.
Yeah, but it's yet to be seen how much is behind those leg kicks.
What's developing? Is that a schoolyard headlock?
Just about. It almost looked like John was working to get around to his back.
Oh my goodness! Adrian with the possible submission? Could be.
Does Does John have his arm in? I can't see.
Nope. Ben, amazing upset. Ben, that was an amazing upset. Adrian Valdez riding his motorcycle all the way from Farmington, New Mexico, just upset one of Michelle's best students.
And the look on John's face, he's obviously very disappointed about that. He didn't see it coming at all.
Upset of the night so far. If everything goes as planned, upset of the night. Adrian Valdez has definitely did what he said. He came here to impress Roland Soria so he would sponsor him as a fighter.
And I could have seen him winning by strikes, but I definitely didn't see him winning like that. He surprised me. He's more of a fighter than we had anticipated.
That kid was in there fighting on pure emotion and will and instinct.
40 seconds in the second round. Your winner by guillotine choke, Adrian the Machine Valdez!
Ben, not so fast. Don't count out Team America. They'll come back.
Adrian, whoa, you were bringing punches down in that first round, and just picking him up and slamming him down. As you came out of that second round, were you thinking you could end it quickly?
Actually, I don't know. I'm feeling out of shape. I've only trained for this fight for eight days in Farmington, New Mexico. Got lots of work with. I enjoyed the win.
And in that second round, when you finally got him, you got him into that guillotine. What were you thinking? How did you slip him in there?
I just felt it right there, and so I took it.
Totally unexpected, Ben. I did not expect Adrian Valdez to win that with a guillotine choke or any submission for that matter.
Not at all, but I'm looking forward to seeing him in the future.
And all my friends that came out to represent me.
All right, let's hear it for Adrian the Machine.
Ben, do you realize how rare it is for somebody to submit someone from the American Martial Arts Center, Team America? Do you realize that may be the first time any of their students have ever been submitted?
The folks over there definitely know their submission.
I'm sorry, this is Aaron, everyone, from Hooters.
I mean, Ben, is this the last fight? Is this the main event? Because without a doubt, this fight is going to end with someone getting hurt.
There's an amazing amount of support for both fighters in the crowd.
On my right, in the red corner, is 5'10" tall, 164 pounds. He has a record of 1 win and no losses. He's sponsored by Tampa, Just Wait, and Boxing 8. He's a practitioner of judo out of Yuma, Arizona, where he fights at Team Intensity. 5'10", 164 pounds, is Efrain El Matador Escudero.
Yeah, that Efrain showed us a lot in his first fight. This is going to be a war. This is a test.
I certainly hope so, Sonny. It would be quite an upset if this were to just be quick on either side. These are two great fighters.
Sponsored by Submit Gear. He's a freestyle fighter out of Mesa, Arizona, where he fights at the Bronruza Academy. He is Joe Cronin.
And this crowd loves Joe Cronin.
Oh, they most certainly do, Ben.
But how could you not? Every one of his fights is an exciting war.
Ben, I hate to say this, but we can go home after this because this is a super fight. Listen to the crowd. Go, Joe the Show Cronin. Listen to the crowd, Ben.
All right, folks, round one action.
Efren taking the center of the ring.
Yeah, well, he's stalking Joe. He's stalking Joe. He's trying to cut the ring off. He's trying to chase him.
I'm not sure he wants to brawl with Joe Cronin.
No, look at Joe's Muay Thai skills already showing through. Look at Joe's Muay Thai. Efrain setting up more like a traditional striker, Joe exploiting the legs.
If Efren isn't careful here, he's going to get his legs picked out from under him. But here he is going in for a slam, but Joe wins up on top.
How's Joe Cronin's jiu-jitsu, Ben Fable?
It's very good. He's unorthodox. He's got good submission. He's very strong.
How's he been doing in jiu-jitsu tournaments?
He actually finished second place, and he had a point decision over the purple belt in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. He's been doing amazingly in grappling competitions.
Yeah, excellent.
Joe, I think, just holding on to get the fight stood up.
Someone make some noise!
I think Joe's very composed right now. He's with Roscoe. Well, actually, he's too far from his corner to get any real instruction. He's got to slow things down. They're over in Drew Pickett's corner right now. Not a good place to be, Ben. What do you think?
Well, for a little while there, Joe had a potential escape, where he could have reversed the positions, but I think he was just waiting and trying to get the positions reversed. Joe taking a lot of hits, but he's accustomed to that.
Yeah, that's not a good place to be right now. Joe doesn't look very happy in the position he's in.
But he's doing a good job of fending off that damage.
Efrain is definitely right now the aggressor. He's controlling Joe. He's pinning him against the cage. He's got him in his corner where Drew Pickett's heckling him, obviously.
But Joe is a brawler. He doesn't mind taking some hits and keeping on going.
This fight needs to get stood back up. Nothing's really happened down on the ground. I don't see a submission happening.
Come on!
And there's that Upa escape I was talking about.
Ben, did it look like Joe came off the cage and used the cage?
A little bit so. Joe just holding the neck there. Now, if you'll remember, Joe has a win with just a schoolyard neck crank.
Joe's very strong for his size. A lot of people underestimate him. He may not look that muscular, but he's
moving around trying to get guard, but Efrain doing an excellent job at not letting him do so.
Yeah, Efrain's done an excellent job of attaining side mount every time.
10 seconds, talk to him, everyone!
10 seconds, we'll see who has the bigger gas tank here. That may be a big factor in this.
Yeah, we need to go to the second round.
Oh, yeah!
Now, Ben, I just really didn't see a lot in that first round. Ben, I just didn't see a lot in that first round. A lot of non-action on the ground, but Efrain definitely had a lot of strikes over in his corner, and that's really about it.
And the crowd still resoundingly behind Joe Cronin.
That's amazing.
Efrain, once again, is surprising me as a fighter. His first fight, I didn't think he was going to do so well because it was his debut, but he showed a lot of heart and a lot of skill.
Mr. Matt Hughes.
And Hughes.
For his help tonight. Don't forget, everyone, at the end of this, just make sure you go see Matt. Buy some of his t-shirts, some of his merchandise.
Well, get ready. Here comes the second round. Well, Efrain definitely was way underrated in his debut. How are we supposed to know that?
And he's here doing excellent against one of the top guys in this weight division.
Yeah, Joe right now is probably on a hot streak and definitely should be ranked one of the #1 guys in his amateur weight division.
Once again, Efrain in the center of the ring. Joe throwing these crazy kicks.
Yeah, I don't know that I'd want to fight either of these guys in this weight class. They're both pretty tough. That exchange looked bad for Joe Cronin.
Now, Joe does have a pretty extensive wrestling experience, but does it look like, it looks to me that Efrain is getting the advantage in these takedown competitions.
Yeah, he is. He's very strong. You know, you see Jason Hart screaming underhooks to defend the takedown.
I don't think that Joe wants to be back here with Efrain. This didn't work out well for him.
No, that's a bad place. Joe's going to lose this fight if he keeps getting pinned into the cage. That's bad.
Joe just trying to stand up.
Well, Joe, you saw a sense of urgency this time on getting out of that position.
Now, Joe can take a hit, but how much is this all adding up on him, Sonny?
Right now, not that much, because like I said, Joe's the best dog fighter out there. You know, he's got to wear this, he's got to wear his opponent down, and he's got to...
But in the majority of Joe's fight, he's been able to take down his opponents and gain top position. Is the fact that he keeps on ending up on bone, does it seem like it's frustrating him?
No, it seems like it's...
Trying to work that choke, everyone, come on!
Efrain seems to be trying to get in a guillotine choke.
Yeah, it seems like Joe could be getting tired from all this exertion, defensive exertion. Then defensive exertion is usually more gassing than offensive exertion. Do you agree or disagree with that?
Yeah, when you're just trying to push a guy away and trying to keep out punches, but some of them get through anyway, that gasses you quick.
Not a lot going on here, defending a front choke.
Nothing doing with that choke, it looks like.
Well, Efrain trying to take the back.
And Joe's corner telling him to just stand up.
Probably easier said than done. Let's see what Joe can do with the established guard.
But Efrain doesn't seem interested in allowing Joe to establish his guard. He keeps on just cutting him off and getting him stuck in this kind of modified open guard.
No, it looks like a headbutt. It looks like there was a headbutt in there by accident.
And close
How many
corners.
people see these guys stand up?
This looks like an all-out war. Very frustrating for Joe Cronin right now. This is a very frustrating fight for Joe Cronin right now.
Joe is going to have to do a lot in the third round to pull out this fight.
Yeah, I mean...
That brings up Lori from Hooters.
Ben, I can just about guarantee you the Athletic Commission has it scored 10-9, 10-9 in favor of Efrain Escondido.
As do I.
Thank you to Angela from Rose Tuxedo helping me out with my wardrobe tonight.
Yeah, you know, Efrain Escondido definitely has won those first two rounds, maybe by just only a point by 10-9, 10-9 decision. Not totally dominant, but controlling, and was the only one landing strikes.
Now we're going to see if there's any kind of urgency in the way that Joe Cronin handles this third round. Being that it seems somewhat apparent that he needs either a submission or a knockout to win this fight.
This is the third and final round, ladies and gentlemen. They're spending a lot of energy. Make sure you talk to them. Here we go.
Joe needs to come out with a sense of urgency to take this fight. Strike. He's got to throw strikes. He's got to keep Efrain Escondido off him, and he can't let him put him on the mat again. He can't let that happen.
Joe is accustomed to out-wrestling his opponents, but that just hasn't been happening in this competition.
Well, I don't think you're going to out-wrestle those guys from Team Intensity. They are that good.
Once again, as in the first two rounds, Efrain in the center picking his spot. Now, I think a big part of how Efrain is doing so well in this fight is ring control.
Right now, I think Joe has the position on the takedown. I think Joe has the better position.
We got him over, but no, we're back here.
Well, I was totally wrong. This is a bad spot for Joe Cronin. Every time he keeps taking...
This is certainly not where Joe wants to be.
Yeah, he keeps taking... Oh, wait, can he spring off the cage there, Ben? What's going on?
From this kind of position, I'm not sure. I don't think there's enough of Efrain's weight on him. But he did push around into the guard, which is good for him. We'll see if he's not much of a submission from the back kind of guy. Let's see what he can work.
Well, you can obviously tell Efrain likes the ground and pound.
We saw his teammate earlier in this competition, Austin Pascucci, pulling off a triangle from the guard.
Yeah, you know, Austin Pascucci and Joe Cronin train a lot together.
All right, we're going to stand back up for you, folks.
So you could see a similar style.
Bringing him down, bringing him down.
Yeah, things look really bad right now.
It looks like Efrain's working his way around into a mount.
Well, if things go the way they're going or continue in any way, shape, or form, Efrain is definitely going to win this fight by decision.
Now here, if Joe can get over a little bit, he can kick himself around. And no, Efrain was wise to that move, and he just moved with him rather than being flipped over.
Exactly. That's a bad neck crank right there. That's a bad neck crank. Ben, that neck crank hurts.
Joe's a tough guy. I don't know if he's going to tap to a neck crank.
That's a very painful submission hold right there.
But once again, Joe being as tough as he is, I didn't see it happen.
Yeah, I can't believe he withstood
He
that.
set it up at first it looked like he was going for a side choke, which may have put him out. Mark Sr. picking up the fight.
Yeah. Looks like Mark had enough.
Joe coming in with a quickness. He knows he needs to do something. Joe put up a valiant fight. It seems like Efren was just a bit too much for him.
Yeah, I think Efren was definitely physically the strongest competitor he's faced to date. And there's no shame in that. You know, both these guys are going to go back and train hard, and they're going to prepare, you know, to fight whoever in the future. But, you know, this could be a collision course in about maybe 6 months to a year. Definitely look for a rematch of these two guys on the pro side.
It would be nice to see. Now, the Achilles heel of that fight for Joe was that he couldn't stop the takedowns and that he couldn't get any of his own.
Well, I hate to say it, but the open...
Come on, folks. That's right, going the distance. Well fought fight by both gentlemen.
The open hands, I think, hurt Joe. A closed hand fight would definitely favor Joe Cronin because he loves to stand in there and bang. I know, the guy hits really hard. Believe me. Well, here we are waiting for the decision. I don't think it's a hard one. I scored 10-9, 10-9, 10-9. Efren Escudero. I think that's only fair. He took Joe down 2 or 3 times around, held him on the ground, and landed strikes there. Joe landed leg kicks, and that was about the only thing I saw except for a couple open hand strikes.
I don't want to say that Joe was dominated in that fight simply because Efren failed to do any real damage. However, Efren was definitely in control of the fight from beginning to end.
Yeah, he kind of controlled the pace, controlled the tempo.
The judges have come to a decision.
And controlled the ring beautifefully.
Oh, cut the ring off.
His ring strategy was genius.
Yeah, it was actually perfect.
Fighting out of the red corner, Efrain Escudero.
Let's hear it from Team Intensity. Was that intense or what? All 3 rounds. What kind of training do you have for this? Are you from the stand-up camp, from the wrestling, ground and pound? All around. All around. Well, it certainly looked like a lot of ground and pound there. You picked him up and threw him down. And then, tell me, in the last round, what were you thinking during that time?
Taking it back, but I couldn't.
All right, he kicked his butt just like he wanted to. Excellent, Efrain. Team Intensity, and who else would you like to thank tonight?
I want to thank all of my sponsors, especially Just Wait, Tap Out, and my coach, Drew Figgy.
Excellente.
Oh, this guy, Kyle Pritchett, is no joke.
And we have Israel's corner man, Dusty Farrell, coming out in a Lucha Libre mask.
Yeah, this guy Israel, we hear a lot about. He's very dangerous.
And now for the principals of our next bout. On my right in the red corner.
We both know that Israel definitely wants revenge for his teammate Hugo in the last fight.
This is a guy who's a veteran with 3 fights, all of them wins.
Calzone Designs. He's a wrestler and boxer out of Scottsdale, Arizona. And he fights independently. He is Kyle Pritchett. His opponent on my left has a record of 3 wins and no losses. He weighed in at 188 pounds and is sponsored by Warning Label Fight Gear and Johnson Automotive. He's a practitioner of American Jiu-Jitsu out of Phoenix, Arizona, where he fights with the American Martial Arts Center, Team America. He is Israel, figure 4, Juarez. Co-man in the cage, as always, is Mr. Mark Senior.
I've heard a lot about this Israel. The Team America guys, you know, Dustin Michelle say this is a dangerous man.
This should be a great fighter. We have Kyle Pritchett, who's a wrestler and a striker, but also proved to be very savvy with submissions. Israel coming out with a vengeance. This is a dogfight.
This is amazing. Kyle Pritchett.
Oh, it looks like there was a low blow here. That was very unintentional, but these things happen.
Oh no, trust me, that hurts.
Ben, can something like that impact the outcome of the fight?
Absolutely, that can affect your stamina.
Oh yeah, come on everyone.
at the wrestling skills of Kyle Pritchett, even though he ate a lot of strikes there.
Israel definitely taking this fight with a vengeance.
Yeah,
but Kyle's showing some good wrestling there.
This is bad news. I think Israel's got a good guard. We could see a submission. Look at that guard.
He looks like he's getting an armbar in. Can Kyle defend this? Oh! I did not expect him to get out of that. But here's the triangle.
Figure 4. There it is. This could be bad, Ben.
Oh, he's got it turned right. This is a very tight triangle. This won't last long. He's got his arm, his leg under control. I think this is over, Sonny.
A little bit of trash talking there at the end of that match, Ben.
There's obviously something personal going on.
Ben, looks like we could be developing some bad blood between Kyle Pritchett and Israel Rose.
All right, ladies and gentlemen.
Kyle surprised me getting out of that armbar.
1 minute, 23 seconds in the second round. I'm sorry, first round. Your winner, by triangle, Israel, figure 4.
Israel not going to get many fans with that show of bad sportsmanship.
You might be the underdog. How do you feel?
Underdog.
No, but sure, you just brought it on. You came out with 4 good punches. Alright, good sportsmanship, man. You got it with that armbar and then turn it into...
Thank everybody for coming out to watch the fights. I don't like being hit in the groin, so I apologize for my behavior. I want to thank my wife and my daughter for coming out here and supporting me. 23 squad. Thank you much, like and rolling.
Alright, that's it.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, please give it up for Erin, our Hooters girl.
Robert Braun standing in the corner of Yeltsin Mesa.
Yeah, that's the people's champion right there, Robert Braun. He should be fighting tonight, but, you know.
On my right, in the red corner, is 5'11" tall, 159 pounds. He has a record of 1 win, 2 losses, and 1 draw. He practices judo out of Tucson, Arizona, and is sponsored by Tap Out Fight Gear. He trains at Team Intensity. Please welcome famous Sotelo. His opponent on my left in the blue corner is 5'9" tall, 153 pounds. He's a freestyle fighter out of Flagstaff, Arizona. Please put it together for Yeltsin Mesa. Again, Mark Sr. will be controlling the action from in the cage.
Ben, these guys want to knock each other out.
They're looking at each other with some bad intentions.
They're
A little grin from Amos there.
We're going to throw some strikes right now.
And this is our first pro fight of the night, so we're into the closed fists.
Yeah, these guys could be trying to hurt each other there, you know, with those high, heavy hands.
Yeltsin with a kick, and Amos Sotelo did a good job of checking it.
Yeah, Amos' striking is just ever improved. Look how composed he is.
Now, Yeltsin got that takedown, but the guard of Amos Sotelo is not a nice place to be.
Now, Amos Sotelo definitely knows his ground game. I mean, just look who he trains with. You know, Team Intensity, Drew Pickett, all those guys down there in Tucson. Make no mistake, they know how to train.
Not to mention his first place victory in Desert Quest not too long.
Yeah, you know, the kid just keeps impressing us with competing. He just stays active with his competition. He's always doing something. Look at Amos working his guard there.
It looks like he's trying to work around and take his back. No.
Yeah, he was shifting his guard. I haven't seen anything like that in a while.
This is a guy with a very strong guard.
Yeah, he's tying Yeltsin up. Yeltsin just can't seem to figure out what to do there. He wants to strike, but then he swept him.
And this is the ground skill of Amos Sotelo that I was talking about. Of course, over with Drew Fickett and those guys. He has some good training partners.
Well, now we see Amos on top in the mount.
Backing Yeltsin up against the cage. This could be bad.
Yeah, he's trying to get him into his corner also.
Yeltsin showing some savvy and moving over on the cage. Let's see if he uses that for a reversal.
Then why doesn't he spring off the cage?
It's kind of a weird angle for him. There it was, but it didn't work out.
Well, he let his hips get too far away. If he would have done it earlier when Amos first took him there, he'd be okay. Out the back door,
a reversal, absolutely.
He went out the back door at wrestlers.
And there's that skill of Yeltsin immediately in the middle of the reversal going for a triangle choke.
Yeah, I know Yeltsin Mesa, we don't know a lot about him. He comes from Flagstaff. We don't know who he trains with, but obviously he's probably a wrestler striker, I would have to assume.
Seems to be a pretty combo these days because it's very effective. Amos looking to set up another reversal.
Looks like Amos has set up a triangle or armbar.
Where's that triangle? Let's see if he can close it down.
Ladies and gentlemen, Gary Sickett takes it as well.
That is tight.
He's got it deep. Saved by the bell.
Somebody make some noise! Come on, live!
Let me hear you, dear.
Ben, that was the fastest I've seen anyone enraged in the cage snap the triangle up there with their legs.
Oh yeah, that was
I mean, what kind of jiu-jitsu skill does that take?
Another important question is, what does that do to his opponent, Yeltsin Mesa, psychologically?
Well, he knows he lost the fight, in my opinion. He knows he got tapped out. But the bell saved him. I mean, he had saliva running out his mouth after he woke up.
The rules are rules, and being saved by the bell is very legitimate. If he wins this fight, he wins this fight. It's not saying anything. I mean, bad luck for Amos, but that's what happens.
No, that definitely, Amos Sotelo definitely is favored in the second round. By the end of the first round, obviously. Well, you know, I don't think Robert Braun really wants to hear that. He's telling this guy to go for straight ground and pound.
I'm not sure if that's sound advice with how easily Amos pulled guard and how dangerous he was out of it.
Well, I didn't realize Amos Sotelo was that good from his back. And the butterfly guard.
Oh, kicked in the face! Another big slam, but he's back in Amos's guard. Is this where he wants to be?
I don't think so, Ben. You know, I mean, Amos Sotelo is just going nuts. Amos Sotelo looks like he's got 15 fights under his belt. I mean, this kid, Yeltsin Mesa looks really good out there too, but Amos Sotelo is fighting like a champion.
Yeltsin is obviously dominating the takedowns, but Amos looks to be ahead everywhere else.
Well, why not go to the ground when you have that good of a guard?
Now, I see Yeltsin being a lot more conservative in the guard than he was last round.
Well, he needs to get his ground and pound on. He didn't ground and pound him. Big mistake. He needs to try to hurt Amos Sotelo.
But he also has to look out if he's trying to employ that ground and pound because Amos had him in a triangle and it may happen again. Amos looking to move to a tie clinch, it looks like. Ooh! Amos wants to end it right here.
That's it.
The guillotine in there. Is it time?
And a good show of sportsmanship by Amos Sotelo.
Yeah, Amos Sotelo, like I said, man, looks like he's got 15 fights under his belt. Have you seen a guy look that clean a while?
And that was very well composed, and that was a good setup. He went into a tie clinch, and Yeltsin was looking for the knees to come in, but then he went right for the guillotine.
Without taking anything away from Yeltsin Mason, Robert Brand is corner man. You know, he fought very well.
Your winner by submission, guillotine choke, finish, Amos Sotelo!
Excellent. All right, now there was a lot of ground and pound going on there. You were all down. Tell me, how did you work into that guillotine there?
First of all, I just say my signature shout out. Very participated, Barry. All like 250. Focus on 7 day. I hate it. But I love it. This is taking that shit. All my friends are out there coming out to see me. Support me and fight for you guys. I love friends. So fucking rock. Yeah, I fought that thing before. I didn't want to fight it again. But eventually I stuck with him. I thought it was that hit kick. That was pretty, right? Background on the boxing, I had a really good showing. I'm trying to show it now, but I love you guys. Good night.
Wow! That man is in control!
Give it up for our Hooters girl. Come on, everybody.
Well, Leonard Wilson definitely showing that he's a kickboxer.
Now for our next fight, ladies and gentlemen, on my right, in the red corner, he is 5 foot 11 inches tall, 173 pounds. He has a record of 2 wins and no losses. He practices jiu-jitsu out of Tucson, Arizona at Team Intensity. He is Dan, the Upgrade Lauzon. His opponent on my left, in the blue corner, is sponsored by Martin and Mendenhall. He is 6'1", 172 pounds. He has a record of 2 wins, 3 losses, and 1 draw. A practitioner of Kempo Karate at CCKK in Phoenix, Arizona. He is Leonard, the Illison Wilson. Once again, our third man in the cage is Mr. Mark Senior.
Sonny, I think we can look for Dan going for a big takedown, and I think we can look for him doing it early.
Yeah, there's no way Dan wants to stand with Leonard Wilson. No way. Leonard Wilson.
What's he doing?
He's exciting.
Oh! Had that connected, it would have been lights out, Sonny.
Yeah, Leonard Wilson is a very powerful striker. Don't let the Kempo Karate fool you.
Now, Dan Lauzon pulling guard, something you don't see much from the guys over at Team Intensity. Obviously not wanting to stand with the Kempo Karate of Leonard Wilson.
That's probably the first and last time anybody from Drew Pickett's camp will ever jump guard. And it's probably the last time we'll ever see that.
And we see him setting up this triangle choke handily. This may be it, Sonny.
I hope not, for the sake of, we all want to see Leonard Wilson on his feet.
Absolutely. I'd love to see him in an exhibition kickboxing bout.
The crowd wants to see Leonard Wilson on his feet and knock someone out, because that's what he does. He's good at it.
And what Dan Lauzon wants is to finish this triangle. Leonard doing a good job of stacking him up. I think this is it, Sonny.
Is Dan just savoring that armbar? Is he savoring that?
No, obviously there's a lot of hand strength and grip strength from Leonard Wilson.
Well, Ben, where's the end of the first round? I mean, isn't time up yet?
Dan has this, but... And here's a triangle choke. this is over, Sonny.
Going for the triangle now.
I don't think Leonard Wilson's just going to tap out.
He may just pass out.
Yeah, he'd do that before he'll tap out. Ben, let's go. Let's get it to the second round. What can we do here?
I don't know. I hate to think about the second round right now just because things look so dire.
Armbar.
Welcome into the armbar.
And just when I say that, Leonard Wilson is really surprising me with his ability to ward off these attacks.
And he escaped that. Talk to him. Come on.
I didn't see that happening at all.
Ben Favor, look at Leonard Wilson. He's reversing. He's landing strikes. He's getting out of these submission attempts.
He's obviously worked on he says he's practices Kippo and kickboxing, but he obviously has trained for the ground fighting as well.
Ben, we're going to the second round. Leonard Wilson wants to do some damage there. He's just going to ride it out here.
I'd like to see him come out with the same game plan as the first, except with maybe a bit more conservative.
Yeah, that's right. Here we go. Leonard
And there's
Wilson.
some solid takedown defense.
Yeah, he has good takedown defense.
Oh, that's it for round one.
Leonard Wilson is becoming a crowd favorite here. The crowd just going nuts over his striking style and the World Championship kickboxing trunks.
With his stand-up game, if he can get together a ground game and a solid takedown defense, he will be a hell of a force to be reckoned with.
Yeah, you would have an Anderson Silva type dangerous fighter.
All the good folks at Chronic Audio, Roman Productions, and of course we want to thank everyone here at the Celebrity Theater for their help with tonight's event.
Well, Ben, can you believe the event that Roland Soria, Destiny Michelle Farrow, Tom Roden, John Petrelli, and Jason DeHart have put together tonight? Is this amazing or
All
what?
right, folks, here we go.
This is a great show.
I can't believe anything like this. And we're a little over halfway through, and we've still got the main events.
Almost all of these fights have been main event caliber fights.
Yeah, these have all been super fight quality. I mean, well, just look how
Let's see if we
exciting.
can get any more of those zany kicks, and maybe some of them can land.
Zany kicks.
That's
Ben?
what I'd call them.
That is amazing. Watch, oh, Leonard Wilson.
Oh, let me hear someone make some noise.
Well, Dan Luzon's no chump. He wants to strike too.
Here's Dan saying, you know, you've got the karate, but you need to respect me standing up.
Yeah, I'll say.
I think Leonard's trying to work some kind of a neck crank, but nothing doing, Sonny.
Yeah, Leonard Wilson is just on the wrong side. Is he on the wrong side, Ben?
And I don't know if he's not in the right position. I don't think this is happening.
Leonard looks a little tired. I can't tell.
Maybe now Dan can get in some of the ground and pound. And he even looks like he's trying to set up. No.
You know that's a bad spot for Leonard Wilson, Ben.
Oh, go for that rear naked, ladies and gentlemen.
Is this it, Sonny?
I'm afraid so. Leonard Wilson just can't fight off. That's like a face crank.
Dan doing a backflip, and he almost kicked Mark Sr. in the face.
Yeah, that wouldn't have been a wise move.
Mark Sr. being an accomplished jiu-jitsuist.
Well, that and a very dangerous mixed martial artist. And, you know, Mark Sr. is one of the most active referees in mixed martial arts today. In fact, he's probably got more MMA matches than any other ref in the world.
1 minute, 34 seconds in the second round. Your winner by rear naked choke, Dan the Upgrade Luzon!
The Upgrade.
You are from the house of ground and pounder. He had lots of chokes, lots of triangles there. He'd slip out. Tell me, what were you thinking in this last round?
sloppy in the beginning. I was trying to get the takedown, do something. But I did.
And then when you put your hooks in him with that rear naked choke there, how long were you thinking that would take?
Not very long, but I locked it up. I didn't have to start everything. I just squeezed up even tighter. And we tapped.
Anybody you want to thank tonight?
Yeah, I'd like to thank my sponsors, Tap Out. I'd like to say thanks to Barry, just wait. Sit over there. And Boxing Inc. All my teammates. Ad Free Nails, Ritc, all my teammates should have a stone there.
First off, give it up for our Hooters girl, come on!
In the corner of Seth Pazinski, we have UFC fighter Gilbert Aldana.
Yeah, Gilbert definitely is the stronger corner man today.
And in the corner of Travis, we have Drew Fickett, another UFC fighter. So that's two very strong corners.
Corner advantage definitely goes to Gilbert Aldana and Seth Pazinski.
Boxing Inc. and just wait. He is 5'10" inches tall, 190. He has a 1-0 record. He's from Las Cruces via Tucson, Arizona. Basic barnyard fighting from Team Intensity. Please welcome Travis T-Rex DeGrove.
Seth Pazinski, very emotional fighter. Look for him to throw big bombs.
He is 6'3" inches tall, 195 pounds. He is Seth Pazinski!
Ben, as you know, Seth Pazinski also has a new boxing coach, Joe Leva.
Sonny, I'm looking forward to a brawl.
Yeah, let's see what Joe Leva's taught Seth with his newfound hands, because Seth has got some really good footwork to go with those hands now.
All right, folks, here we go.
Training.
Silver fight.
You know, Seth, like I said, training with Joe Leva, pro boxer. Seth just got caught heavy.
Yeah, it looks like Travis got the best of that first exchange.
Well, we're going to see Seth's guard.
He's the better middleweight in the
Seth is
city.
no joke off his back. He has a couple of wins from the back.
Seth's taking some blows.
Onto the ground and pound. Let me hear some noise.
Travis in the mount.
Seth needs to get out of there, Ben. He needs
Seth
to use
needs
the
to work
cage.
off the cage.
He needs to use the cage and explode. Just like that, explode.
Seth is trying to pull him off with his legs.
He's trying to go out the back door, it looks like.
And he's doing a good job here of neutralizing the punches, but he's not getting any closer to getting there.
Well, he needs to roll off the cage just like that, right there. It's not working.
He needs to be careful so that he doesn't roll himself right into a triangle choke.
This is an interesting position, and I would like to think Seth could get a reversal or go out the back door. But Travis DeGrove isn't having any of that.
Seth has a healthy chunk of his body out of this. This is a really good position. He's just mounting his hand
Well,
and his arms.
Travis DeGrove is picking and choosing his strikes right now. Seth needs to
This is
explode
not a
right
happy
there.
place for Seth.
Oh, Lion's kill position, Ben. What does that mean?
Could Travis be going for an armbar? Looks like he's content just to strike.
Oh, boy, we got a fight, ladies and gentlemen.
Seth's taking a lot of damage.
Travis may be setting up a fatal four.
Oh, this is bad news right here.
He's just picking Seth apart.
Yeah. Seth's getting beat down a little bit right here.
It looks like some blood on the face of Seth Pazinski.
Once again, Seth needs to walk off the cage.
He needs to do something because Mark Sr. is going to stop this fight.
Yeah, Mark's getting ready to stop this fight. This is getting ugly. This is getting really ugly, fast.
In his credit, Seth is doing a good job of holding here.
Just what I said, he needs to walk the cage.
And Seth into a half guard. Hopefully he can make his way into a full guard or even reverse.
No, we need to make it to the second round is where we need to go, Ben.
I can see some blood on the side of Travis.
No, that's from Seth. Seth's bleeding very bad.
No, that may just be a bloody nose. looking at Seth's face, and it doesn't seem too bloody.
10 seconds. We're going to go to the second round. We're going to go to the second round so we can see some more striking.
End of round one.
That was a war. That was a war, Ben.
Seth's face looks like he's got a little mouse under his left eye.
Yeah, don't worry about Seth Brzezinski. He's tough. He still wants to fight.
Here's a guy that can take a hit.
Let's see what
How
Gilbert.
many people want to see Kyle Kingsbury fight tonight? Make some noise. Don't worry about it. Kyle will be over the main event in a little while, so hold on to your seats, ladies and gentlemen. I'm going to say that again. How many people want to see Kyle Kingsbury fight? Make some noise.
Yeah, I want to see Kyle Kingsbury fight, Ben.
Last time we didn't get to see too much of it.
Your seats, you guys better hold on to your ladies.
You know what?
Seth looks like he can't wait.
Seth looks pretty fresh here.
And here
Seth
he
is
is,
looking pretty good.
eager to show that boxing skills that he's acquiring.
Yeah, Seth's looking pretty good here. Looks like he could have a comeback.
Seth pushing him up against the cage. That looks tight. And he's moving into a triangle.
Look how sneaky Seth's being with that triangle.
Oh, that is tight.
Did you believe that, Ben Fedro? Look at that, Gilbert out down to Seth Brzezinski. I don't believe it.
The crowd is going nuts.
Ben, that's what I'm talking about. Can you hear this crowd?
After that first round, I definitely did not expect that. What a great comeback.
Oh, it was ridiculous. It was sick. There was no way Seth could win that fight.
That is mixed martial arts.
Seth Brzezinski is a champion. Seth Brzezinski is without a doubt.
The official time was 37 seconds in the second round.
Welcome to mixed martial arts, Sonny. What a fight.
Brzezinski.
Tough dude, he came out banging hard. He kind of had me on my heel. But I knew in my heart I had to train with the best dudes in the world. He ain't gonna knock me out. He ain't gonna tap me out. He's gonna have to close me out proper, and he didn't. Took advantage of it. The champ Perusa, I think Gilbert Diana, Joe Nava. I know we fight a lot wrong, but I kind of like him. I just want to thank God I love my son so much. Thank you. Pop, keep looking out, old man.
Tyler Brooks out of Team Genesis. You know that's Rico Rodriguez and Eddie Sanchez. You know, so you know there's good jiu-jitsu in there.
In the red corner, he is 6 feet tall, 199 pounds. He has a record of 2 wins and no losses. He's a fighter out of Mesa, Arizona, where he practices at Genesis. Please welcome Tyler Brooks.
Tyler Brooks definitely is going to be the higher skill guy on the ground.
On my left. He has a record of 1 win and no losses. He's sponsored by Phoenix Capital Group and Yes It Hurts Fight Gear. He's 6 feet tall and weighed in today at 205 pounds. A practitioner of mixed martial arts out of Phoenix, Arizona. He practices at Attitude First. Please put it together for Sal Azuela. Our third man in the cage once again is Mr. Mark Sr.
Ben, what does that say on the front of Tyler Brooks' chest?
I can't read it.
It's not an obscenity, is it?
Is it skins?
Here we go, first round.
Look, look for Salazar to throw strikes. Look for Brooks to try to get it to the ground.
Well, Brooks training with Rico Rodriguez. That's a hell of a thing.
And we'll end Eddie Sanchez.
Oh! But it's Sal with the takedown.
Well, let's see what Tyler's got on the ground.
Oh, does a ground and pound.
And a flurry of punches.
God, these Attitude First guys are just nuts.
These guys have so... kind of this modified half guard, just keeping them away to keep out the strikes.
This is just spiders. They're just spiders. We haven't seen a movement like this all night.
Well, finally the pace is coming down a little bit.
Yeah,
I'm sure Tyler's happy about that.
Yeah, adrenaline dumping and fatigue is set in. Tyler needs to get out of that rear control, out of that wrestler's ride. He's in a wrestler's ride right now.
But he doesn't want to get out of it into a suplex.
Ooh! Anyways, Ben, where is it going there? Next to the cage in a side control position?
Yeah. And Sal's just looking to push him into the cage, apply some ground and pound, take some air out of him, cause fatigue.
Well, you know, I didn't expect the Attitude First guys to come in and try and wear a guy down like this. I thought they were just going to go straight for like a ground and pound.
Oh, and he secured an arm there. Oh, he has nothing to protect his face. Sal barely able to stand up. This man is tired.
Yeah, he gassed
Oh,
himself up.
looks like he has something wrong with his ankle.
Well, you know, Tyler, I think that might have been his first fight in Rage in the Cage. You know, he knows the pace now. He'll be back. Don't worry. Salazuza, on the other hand, you know, let's hope he heals his leg up and comes back and shows us that same intensity.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, the official time, 1 minute, 47 seconds. In the first round, your winner, Sal Azuela!
All right, Sal, you came in with an injury. What's your injury?
I think I broke my ankle.
Oh my God! And you fought like a lionheart, and you came in with those throwdowns and slamming him down.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, are you ready? This is your main event. And again, Glasgow to the cage.
Dan Glasgow coming all the way from Nebraska. I hate to say it, but he may have come here for the wrong reason.
Yeah, he may have made a long trip all for nothing because this could be Kyle Kingsbury's night. In fact, I think it is.
I hate to count out a fighter, but Kyle's a very tough guy. I mean, we haven't really seen too much from him, but he had a very impressive, very quick first round TKO. With a knee to the liver, no less, over John Sosi, a very tough veteran.
And can I get Kyle Kingsbury to the stage?
This could go either way. It's impossible to call.
No, Ben, I disagree. I think that Dan Glasgow is being fed to the wolves here, and that wolf pack is named Kyle Kingsbury tonight. He's too big, he's too strong, he's too fast, and he's just too focused right now.
Now, beyond his raw athletic talent, Kyle hasn't been training MMA all that long.
Now, Kyle's relatively new to the game.
Once again, welcome our Hooters girl. Put your hands together for everyone.
But this guy's intense.
Both fighters looking very focused.
Ben, this whole place is going to be standing in about 2 minutes. I guarantee it. This whole place, this whole celebrity theater, everyone in here is going to be on their feet.
as well as Well Done Productions. Don't forget our next fight's right here August 5th at the Celebrity Theater. We want to thank all the people who grew from the Celebrity.
Cal's going to go 2-0 tonight.
And now for the principals of our next bout. On my right in the red corner, 5'11" inches tall, 204 pounds. He comes to us from Nebraska, where he fights out of core combat. Put it together for Tim Glasgow! His opponent on my left, 6'4" inches tall, 234 pounds. He's sponsored by Public Power Investments. He's a submission wrestler in Muay Thai fighter in Tempe, Arizona, where he fights in the round.
Get it up for Cal Kingsbury.
Once again, it's Mr. Millard Sr.
I hate to say, but everyone here is rooting for Kyle Kingsbury tonight.
Here we go.
Get ready, Ben. This is going to be electric.
Kyle ending up on top.
Kyle wants to knock him out.
Kyle doesn't want a ground fight. He wants to bang. Dan looks a little relaxed. I just don't know if... Holy crap! Another knee TKO for Kyle Kingsbury. This guy has lethal knees.
Kyle Kingsbury, ladies and gentlemen. Best like Kyle Kingsbury has arrived. The star is born tonight.
We thought perhaps it was a fluke that he got a TKO with a knee in his last fight. That was no fluke. This man has brutal knees.
Quite possibly the most dangerous knees in MMA right now.
I haven't seen too many TKOs from a knee, but two of them have been from him.
The official time
To the body, that is.
in the first round. Your winner, referee, stops contest, Kyle Kingsbury!
Kyle Kingsbury 2-0. This is amazing.
I trained with my girlfriend, Kristen Dubesky, very long and hard.
I think there's a lot of disappointed women out there tonight. You're training with your girlfriend, okay.
Yeah, they turned out nice. I want to thank Bob. Bob's the fucking man. Hi, camera. My girlfriend.
And how did you get him into that submission right there? You just like threw him around like he was...
Well, I had a win advantage, so, you know, waiting for it with the quarterback Lars, what's his game plan? Another victory, 2-0, baby.